Hey everyone, it's me again, Gains in Love. And so in my last video I talked about long distance dating, and what that means is that basically when someone far away wants to date you, you can do it as long as you can make it work over like FaceTime or like dating on the phone, things like that. So that was my last video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the meaning of a two-way street. And I don't mean like the street on the car that it drives on. Not that two-way street. I mean the two-way street when it comes to love. So, what is this two-way street? So basically a two-way street is the time when you're dating someone and they love you the same way back, and they do this, and so they do the stuff you do for them back for you. So let's say that you're dating someone, right? But they do nothing for you. That's not a two-way street. That's called a one-way street. You gotta make sure that when you're dating someone, anyone, that you gotta make sure that they do the same stuff back for you. So let's say so let's say a guy buys the girl a $500 watch, and so the other person does nothing for them. No, that's not how it works. They should buy them something back in return. Otherwise, it's called being used. So this is how you don't get used, by making sure they do stuff for you in return. It's like, so let's say I had a girlfriend, right? And I bought her to a nice and fancy restaurant, and so she does that for my birthday. If I do that for her birthday, that is a two-way street. You see how it kind of correlates? Cause so let's say you're driving on the road, right? And so the other cars on the other side of the road are going on the opposite direction. That's called a two-way street, because they're going the same direction, but they're not crashing. It's like if they were traveling on the same side of the road as you, then you would crash. Same thing as dating. That is exactly the same thing. The car crashing is the end of your dating session. It's the end of your relationship with the girl or the guy. It's the same analogy, same thing. I know it's kind of hard to understand how this stuff works sometimes, but it's not that hard if you just make it work. That's the point of a two-way street, is to make sure that you can make it work. Because that's the point of, Gains in Love, is to make sure that when you're dating someone, the two-way street makes it work. That's the whole point behind the whole entire thing. So basically another example. If you're going to the movies with a girl, and so the next time that you go out with the same girl, that the girl does something nice for you, right? The same exact thing, right? Because if you don't do that, then they'll be like, why, babe? Why aren't you doing anything nice for me after all I've done for you, right? It makes me feel like I'm being used to. What the heck? I'm done with you. You see, that's what I would say. Because that's what a love doctor and a smart person would say, such as myself. Because I'm all about solving love problems, and just resolving problems that have to do with working out and finding love. So basically, as long as you are willing to fulfill that goal, then you're fine. So I wouldn't worry about it as much if you're dating someone. Just make sure that whatever you do, that first of all, that there has to be unconditional love as part of the two-way street. Meaning, so if they love you more than you love them, it's great to love each other in general, but you should love her no matter what she does, or no matter what happens, because that's the point of a two-way street. Because then you're giving the same amount of love back that they're giving you. You see, it's like a reciprocal in math. So basically, it's like the same thing as that. Now, I'm not really a math major, but it does work if you think about it. See that? All you gotta do is think. What is this girl doing for me? Or what is my babe doing for me? And if she's doing everything for you as you're doing for her, that's great. That's awesome. I'm proud of you for that. But if not, then you guys should talk it out and make sure that you're not being used. Because that's how you know that you're being used, right? Because that's how love sucks. It's not that good sometimes. It's hard to understand it, but it's not that bad once you're like, it's like after you gain experience with it, it doesn't sound that bad after you gain some more experience. So basically, as long as you follow those steps, then you'll be fine. Just make sure that when you're dating someone, it forms a two-way street, because that's how you make it work. I always try to make it work. No matter what I have to do, make it work. You got it? Good. Make it work. Anyway, enough of that. So anyway, I guess that's it. So keep on liking my videos. Comment on them if you want. And I'm sure they're all great. I'm sure you all love them, as I'm a love doctor and everything else, and a gains expert. That's it. So just make sure that you say hi to me in the halls, as I'm always there for all of you. And that's it. All right, guys. Gains and love. Love y'all. Peace.